Channel, to Daniel and Vaughn's channel here. So today I am excited. Again, I'm always meeting some of the most amazing people here in Ghana, you guys. And so this couple here is from
Chicago, by
US.
way of Mississippi.
Okay. Chicago, way of Mississippi. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves. And then after that, I got questions for them. I got stories for you guys. And be prepared because it's some very interesting and informative information that is very poignant to a lot of people. So pay attention. So first, we're going to go to the ladies first.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Amborkido is my Ghanaian name.
Okay.
And it was given to me in 1993. My U.S. name is Natalie, and people can call me either one. Okay. So in 1993, there were 28 of us that came to Ghana for the first time in a group from my mother's church. Her pastor was Ghanaian, and he said he was studying at the seminary. He said, when I finish school, I'm going to go home. And we said, everybody said, we're going with you. And there were 28 of us that actually went with him.
Nice.
And he gave us classes for 6 months before we left, how to act, how to talk to chiefs, some of the language, how to speak in tree and all of that stuff before we left Chicago. So when we came, we were a little bit ready. We could say Tesu Mami Pa, which means reduce it for me.
Okay.
When you bargaining and all that stuff, and saying all those things, so that we learned all that before we left home.
Wow.
So the 28 of us have been very close ever since.
Right.
But we came to Ghana in 93. There was a naming ceremony for us. We had a missionary that lived in Ghana. Mm-hmm. She lived in the village of Agamita, which is about an hour and a half outside of Accra. Okay. And she said, we're going to go to my village and visit. We just thought we were going to a regular village. Mm-hmm. To visit is about an hour and a half from Ghana, from Accra. So we went to the village, and we were in 2 vans, 28 of us. And when we got out of the vans, the drums were beating. And your heart just took a beat.
And you were like, oh my God, what's happening here?
And they had a durbar for us where the whole village had come out. And all the people had come off from work, got dressed up. The children were out of school. They performed. The virgins performed. Wow. The women performed, and we all danced and everything. And the chief took our American names, and he went into council with the elders. And they came back maybe an hour later and came up with our African names, and we were named after somebody prominent in the village. Wow. And I was named Amborkido.
Nice.
And then when he named her, and a lot of people, it was, we didn't know what was going on.
Right.
That was the Amborkido family.
The family of Amborkido. So I got 6 brothers and 4 sisters.
That's right.
And an 82-year-old mother at the time.
Oh, that's right.
So he didn't just give you a name out there in nowhere. They gave you a family.
They gave us land, too.
We got a family, and as a result, my sister Ando, she said, well, what do you like? I said, I like fabrics. I want to buy outfits for our mothers and sisters and all that. She says, well, I'll take you to my favorite fabric places and tailor, and we had clothes made for everyone. Wow. And so as a result, I brought the stuff back to Chicago. Everybody loved their outfits and everything. And we promised Ann we would come back the next year. As a result, we coming back, and everybody said, well, I want a white outfit with purple stitching and all that. And I said, well, where's your money? Where's my money? You know, why should I use my money? And so as a result, Ann said, well, you can send the money here, And I'll have the outfits made and send it back. You can make money in Chicago and I can make money here.
Nice.
And that's how we got started with the African things.
Wow.
And so we have an African home decor store in Chicago.
See?
And
You can see how that works.
we come to Ghana every year. It's my second calling. I'm a CPA by trade.
Okay.
But my second calling was to be an interior decorator.
Nice.
But in the 60s, you couldn't be a
Really?
interior dog. So anyway, we have our home decor store in Chicago, and it's still running now.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
And so we came to Ghana every year to buy things from Ghana, all the carvings, the artwork, the fabrics. And I'll let him continue.
Okay, you guys. So her story was very interesting. Very, very nice. Oh my God, I'm impressed by that.
Oh, let me say what the chief said when he came out.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys, the chief now. Pay attention.
Yeah, this is the chief of the village. When he came out with our names, he said, we didn't know what had happened to you, what had become of you, but you were able to find your way back home. And he opened his arms and said, welcome home. And we cried.
But you did. I want to cry.
They cried. We cried. We danced.
Oh my goodness.
We celebrated all together. And it was the most beautiful spiritual experience we've ever had.
Wow.
So
You haven't done that.
I am Mborki Doe. You can call me Mborki to honor my village, or you can call me Natalie to honor my parents.
Oh, that's right. Okay. That's a beautiful way of saying that. Okay, you guys. Next, we have.
I'll let my wife introduce me.
Okay. We would like to introduce the chief of the village of Nomwa Techiman. He was named Nomo Kwesi in Agameda by the chief there, Chief Nana Nagai.
The seventh.
The seventh.
That seventh, but that be, you know, how, that mean that man got ranked.
Right.
That's like 7 generations, ain't it?
Right,
At least.
right. I already know. I'm
Man.
hearing you.
So he was named Nomo Kwesi at the time. And the actual Nomo Kwesi came to him after the ceremony. It was a 4-hour ceremony. They had programs.
I didn't know they had that microphone.
Programs, microphones, podium, everything. Cheers.
And the chief will flip out some glasses to read our names. You know, our concept.
We weren't
Yeah, you didn't know what to do.
I didn't know. They got electricity here. They got microphones.
You're surprised about that, but
and typed up programs.
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? You see people.
That's like, okay, we were not ready for all of that.
Right.
So he named him Nomo Kwesi. Nomo meaning elder, Kwesi meaning male born on Sunday, right? And so the whole family came up to him and greeted him and welcomed him into his family. And so all of us that were given families, of course, we've all been in touch with our families. We sent money, and the whole village welcomed us as family.
See,
So
things are done here. You guys just don't understand. Things are beautiful here. You gotta miss those of you who have been here. You're missing out. You're really missing out.
After a few years, he was called to the village of Gomwa Techiman, and he was asked to become a chief. And he is an actual installed chief, which means he's not an honorary chief or a gifted chief. He's an actual chief, and he was installed.
I mean, I was elected by the queen mothers of the village. You fight with me, you fight with your mama.
Right. I know, that's right.
I'm going to call your mama on you.
So
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Oh, your grandmother.
Right. Nobody wants that. Right.
That grandmother got a different kind of hold on them. You know, it's a more loving hold. You know what I mean?
But it's a stern one.
You know,
Ooh, don't even play. Don't play. I'm already knowing.
So he's the Safahini chief. He was made chief of the the young men of the village. If there's a war, he would be in charge of the warriors. But he's a mentor to the young men of the village that don't want to touch him out.
Right.
And he's been chief for 20 years.
Wow.
Okay, Kenny,
We
you
have
go
to bow
on.
down. We have to bow down.
I bring you up. I bring you up.
They
I bring you up.
call him Chief Nomo. He's called Chief, or he's called Nomo, or Chief Nomo, either way.
Okay.
Okay, honey.
Thank you. My mother picked up for me.
Did she really?
My mother proposed to her for
For
me.
you?
I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I got a mama. When I first opened my eyes, my mother was making all important decisions for me. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So when
That's
I get,
true.
you see what I'm talking about?
Very
So I get ready to get a wife. I kick my mama under the bus. No.
I know. I know. I know.
And then she told my mama no.
Did you really?
Well, that's not quite right.
But it's close to it, huh?
Yeah.
She didn't say.
That's something you would
She
expect.
didn't say yeah.
No, we came to dinner. They invited me and me for dinner with his parents, and his brother brought his girlfriend for dinner. So we were sitting up there having dinner, and his father said, "Oh, y'all make a nice looking couple." And she says, "Yes, Natalie, will you marry my son?" Right there at the dinner table.
Right. You probably thought she was playing or joking or something.
And I said, "Well, I don't know him well enough."
Right.
That was my joke.
Right.
Okay. I don't know. I just, it's only been like 4 or 5 months.
Right.
And she didn't ask the other woman whether she would marry Clem. She just
Just ready for you to get married there, right?
So anyway, I just said,
She didn't say yeah. And so now you got to go up in the front room now. You know about the front room.
I gotta sit down and talk.
The minister can go up there. You better not be going up there playing around on that white furniture with that plastic on it.
Plastic. Oh my God, they don't know about
Okay.
the plastic.
So mama lured her up there. When she came out of it, she said, yes.
and we had a beautiful relationship,
Wow.
his mother and I.
And her mother and I had a beautiful relationship.
Right.
And one of the things, like I think Pop didn't want to get something for Mom. And she said, that's okay, I will bring it. You remember that?
Wow.
So if Pop don't bring it, then I'm going to bring it. That's okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so those are our introductions. So everybody knows each other here. Y'all know. So we're going to get into some questions. And,
Oh, I might want to say, we were adopted in Algomeda. We was going to leave that day. The chief said, you can't leave.
Really?
Because tomorrow you got to get your land. The chief adopted us. He wasn't playing.
Right.
If I adopted you, you my son.
That's right. Exactly.
Because you're my son, I got land, you got some land.
Right,
Here,
right.
here's some land.
I know that's right.
And y'all got to
Right.
plant y'all tree here.
I know that's
Sticking
right.
your land out. Hey, you said, little boy over there, if I were you, I'd give him a little money to water your tree. Water your, because you ain't going to be here.
Right.
You live for America. Okay, little boy, that water your tree. Okay, and keep the goats from eating your tree. Okay, and so you call him over, and you got to take care of the tree. Okay, but the point is, that's how significant the adoption was. It's not, we was his sons and daughters. He gave us land. We got a land. We went up there not long ago and looked at the,
About 2 months ago.
And
yeah,
how's the tree looking?
hey, everything, that's been almost 30 years.
Climbing now.
And bearing fruit.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. It's always feeding people. It's helping people.
And so that's the other beautiful thing about it here. My wife lost 30 pounds when she came in, not trying. This happened.
The food change.
Yes.
The food change.
Can't get the junk.
Right. That's totally it. That's totally it. I was listening to a story yesterday. The guy was saying, like, how a lot of people their health is bad because of the food.
Right.
You know, your body's not processing and it's not eliminating properly, and so it puts your health in danger. So, and then, but coming from the U.S., definitely the food is all processed. It's all bad, all fake stuff and garbage. And here, I even noticed when I went home last night that I eat different. Like, they don't eat like this in Ghana. You know, so I feel more healthier when I'm here than when I'm there.
You'll live 20 years longer.
Right, you know, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, and feeling better.
Right.
You know. So I say to all of my brothers and sisters in America, yes, come home. You don't have to come to stay. I didn't come to stay. I got kids, grandkids, great-grandkids in America. You think I'm abandoning my... No. My father ain't supposed to do that. You handle your business. Okay?
Right.
So, yeah, I got to go check on my babies and everything, you know. And so the important thing is, what are we going to do as we come here? Now, we have the Ghana African American Association. That's where a large group of us joined, and it's over 30 years old. And our objective is to help those that are coming to have a soft landing here.
Right. And it's needed. It's really needed because people don't know.
They don't know.
You guys got lucky with somebody helping you guys months before you came. So it kind of prepared you for some things. Of course, the naming was very exciting and shocking, but you kind of had an idea.
But we've had, you know, because we were put into families, we had that relationship for 30 years.
Right.
When we get off a plane, my sister Ann Doe would pick us up at the airport and take us around and so forth. So we always had other people that would teach us. They had, you know, knowledge of what to do and what not to do.
Right. Yeah. And the African American Association, you know, that helps with that in all aspects. Like, I know how to cope here, how to move around here, your rights here.
Yeah, residency and visas and all that.
Right.
And so that we have a nice reputation here as African Americans. We're respected here. The embassy handle our business.
Very true.
Okay.
Very true.
We have people in the organization who work in the embassy.
Okay.
But the point is, we have our own community.
Very true.
You and I are never going to be Ghanaians.
True.
I can be married to a Ghanaian. You still not. They don't know how to make you a Ghanaian. You don't know how to make yourself a Ghanaian. Okay? Only thing
no matter
I say,
what we do, no matter how we talk, no matter how we dress.
Different culture. Okay? And it's just like I say, you know, our women, African American women, when they come here, okay, they have to tone down.
Right.
Look,
Don't get it. I know.
The point is, you got to go along to get along.
Right.
Save that sapphire for the U.S.
Right.
Yeah. In America,
hear that all the time.
Yeah, in America that works. Now I like the way that you two interact. Okay. That's very powerful on your part. Sorry. But I mean, the truth is the light. And then so we look at the married couples who are here. We have a beach party with married couples.
Okay, you told me about that. Right?
Yeah, you know, so the thing is to have a soft landing. If you don't know, then you're going to pay too much. If you don't know. So you need to know unless you got it like that.
Right.
You know. So I would say this is a new day. All African Americans are not coming here. I don't want them to come here. We got dispersed all over the world. We got dispersed all over the world. Okay. And so I love America. I love Ghana. I love the world. I have no room for hate or nothing. None of that. It's all about a party going on now, you know?
Yeah, very true. Very true. So we touched bases a little bit. Tell me, so the language. How do you So when I came, like you started talking to my husband right away in the language, and you too. You even said some stuff in the beginning. Like I've been coming here since 14. I moved here 2 years ago, but I'm just the language is just I'm not picking it up too well. But how's that with you, and how are you? How is that helping you with your interactions here with the Ghanaians here? Don't talk to me in tree. But you can say something. Say something. Like, let them know you know.
Yeah, but people said to me, "You're Ghanaian." I don't look like a Ghanaian, maybe.
But they hear you.
And so languages is one of the things I love. And I practice this languages every day.
Okay.
When I went to college, I was going to be a linguist. Because I thought at that time, I thought I'd come out of college speaking 4 or 5 different languages. You know what I mean? I got up in there and found out that linguistics was not, you can get a degree and you don't have to speak no language.
So all that time you was in there.
And real quickly, it's going to take you another year to go back and get a degree that way, but you got so many credits over here, you can get your degree now. So that's what I did. But 1993 is when we came here. I did not want to go back. My wife got tough with me because I'm staying. My spirit is at home. I've been looking for this place. My daddy was looking for this place. Okay, and we'll find enough. Where am I going back for?
Right.
So being that my mama put us together,
Right.
And my mother told me, my mother said, "You take care of that girl." So I had to take care of that girl. And so for 27 years, I tried to convince her to come on, let's go to Ghana. And 27 years, I'm persistent, huh?
You see.
I'm a slow walker. Okay.
But steady.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And then one day, about 3 years ago, but ideal is, okay, I can go, every year, but can't take the money out of the house. Okay, so
That's the deal.
That was the deal.
You coming back?
Right.
Okay, and so what I would do, I'd make money on the side,
I know that's right.
and then I would go for 2 weeks. Then I called. I said, "Listen, I got $4,000 or $5,000 here for you to shop. You should come over and get me, and then shop for about 2 weeks. Now I got a month." Okay, and so she come over. She loved to shop. She come over. She shop and everything and take it back, and that was our kind of routine,
Okay.
And then about 3 years ago, she said, "We got to get out of here." I'm not trying to hear all that. But next day, we got to go. The third day.
Next day.
I said, "But where we going?" I figured we're going to Panama or something.
Right.
We're going to Ghana. We're going to Ghana.
That light. The light came on.
And she said, "They won't sell me the tickets until I buy the ticket for Kenya." Kenya's our dog.
Oh, okay.
So that'd be $2,000 to buy in Kenya. So we love us in Kenya. But at any rate, we came here, and my neighbor, 20-some years ago, we sat in my backyard talking about when we're going to be in Africa together, everything. And he got across the hall, Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Nice.
so Chief Nomo has a long reach across the water and everything, So I'm working on community center for my village. And my concept there is all the men and women in building construction, bring in plumbers, electricians.
That's the thing.
Okay, and your objective is y'all got to build this village into a town.
Right.
Computers, okay, sewing machines. We got to get our people back into our clothes, African clothes.
Right. I was having a conversation with a lady the other day how we were talking about how things are changing here, especially with the younger people. Like the way they dress now, they're not keeping the culture and the heritage
tradition
going
Mm-hmm.
because now they want to be American.
Right.
You know, and so yeah, I just had that conversation. I was like yesterday or day before yesterday with somebody about that because who's going to keep it going if they don't?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nobody. You know, if they're not
Right.
taught to do that, then it's going to all be gone. You're going to be like, all this for what?
Mm-hmm.
You see, this is where we have to look at it. There's two governments here.
Mm-hmm.
There's the colonial style government, yeah, and there's the traditional government, the government of the chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What town you from?
Caswell.
No, you in Seattle, right?
Seattle. Yeah, Seattle.
Y'all have precinct captains there.
Yeah, so I was in Federal Way.
Who get the vote out for your people? Okay. See, in Chicago, we're a well organized political machine. We're a machine. The mayor's name is Johnson. What's my name? Johnson.
Okay.
Johnson's run Chicago. George Johnson. Okay. I'm just saying, look at the Johnson. That's a tribe in itself. Okay, them get ready to run. All the Johnsons vote for me. Okay. So in 3 weeks, my wife, from the time she said, you got to get out in 3 weeks, we're here. We don't have no furniture in here. We had what's called about a mattress.
We bought the mattresses.
And she bought.
I left Chicago with 4 sets of sheets, my husband and my dog.
Wow.
That was it.
That was it.
That was it.
No clothes.
No, we brought clothes, yeah. But 4 sets of sheets because I didn't know where I'd be washing.
Right.
So they brought the mattresses that we have in the spare bedroom, but that was it. So we left everything in Chicago.
Oh, so I just came.
Yep.
But when it's time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah, and they told me your dog can't fly if the temperature goes below 20 degrees in Chicago, and it was October, and they said November you got to get out of here or you can't go.
Wow.
So that's why I got
She
3 weeks.
She would leave her in the dog.
Oh, I know how that goes.
As my baby.
I know how that goes.
So, anyway.
And so, looking at the two sides of the government, in the big city, President J.J. Rollins never really won the big cities. But he always won because his wife was an Ashanti princess in the royal family. And so when all the House of Chiefs, when they say, that's what we're going to do, that's what we're going to do. Now, you politicians, y'all can do what you want to do. But
we over here, that's what
and you always see the politicians going to see the chiefs.
Right.
Okay, but that's the two governments coexisting.
Right.
And I just found out the chieftaincy is in the Constitution, the Ghana Constitution.
Oh.
So it's in the framework
Okay.
of this society. So you have the two different governments. Most tourists, when they come, they go the tourist route.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
but most of my people, we go the traditional route. I want you to talk to other Black Americans who live here, who got businesses here. You can talk to them and so forth. You know, that is a different experience.
Right, exactly.
It's a different knowledge base.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And the other thing is, now we are together. You should make less mistakes. Sorry. I'd have made 59 for you. Now, what you got to keep? You got to do it over again.
Right.
It's gonna cost you.
Right.
A lot of people have to go back because their money done got away.
Right. Very true. So I understand that. I understand that, and that's very true because there's a lot of people that I know that's come, and including myself. You know, I'm not doing bad, but you know, it's like I'm really have to change up what I'm doing if I really want to sustain and make it work for me. So I know God didn't bring me all the way here for nothing. To turn it back around and go back where I wanted to leave from.
Right.
So, you know, I know that I have to make it work. So like you said, everybody that's come here and that's doing here has gone through some stuff that they can teach the next one coming, so they don't.
Right.
And to have organizations like the ones you talked about is great for it, as long as they accept the help. But some people want to come here and think they got it. They don't.
Well, you see, I understand what you're saying. In my village, I have all kinds. I have Muslims, I have Hebrews, I have fetish, I have naturalists, Christian. And so I'm not in judgment. I am in observation. Whatever it is, that's what it is. If it's a duck, hey duck.
Right.
Ain't none of my business. Ain't nobody bother me. Okay?
You can't make folks.
How can I help you?
Right.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
It's just helping.
My husband, he hit me. I said, you got any brothers? She said, yeah, I got brothers. I said, how many brothers you got? She said, I got 5 brothers. You go tell those 5 brothers. I said, go over there and teach him not to be hitting on you, okay? Until the chief sent you, okay? Right. And so the beautiful thing about the chieftaincy part, that's what I want us to get to know much more of, the cultural. See, we're African Americans, right? So that American side of us is well educated and well developed.
Right.
I got to bring my African side up.
Right.
I got to, this your husband? Huh?
Yes.
Hey, Mipacho, you have to teach your wife one letter. Mufahim. Oh, Fanti. Fanti ni. We're Fanti. You're from the Fanti tribe.
I know.
Okay? So every day he's going to just give you one word. Don't worry about it. There's one word. When you come in, he said, Medase.
Next time.
Yeah, Medase. Okay? You can say, hey.
Right? So you guys hear that? He's going to teach me one word a day.
Right.
Speaking some sentences after a while. Then I got conversation after that.
Yes.
Yeah, so one more good.
Yeah.
So when you have Ghanaians working for you, you learn, phrases and all that.
Right.
Yeah. Enefe. You know what that means, right?
Enefe. It's a nice day.
It's a beautiful day.
Okay.
And see, that's another part too.
That's it.
I practice 14 languages a day. Okay, because wherever I go, I want to speak their language.
Well, you want to know what they're talking about. You're talking about getting me behind my back and I don't know what the plan is.
I'm in China, in Beijing. I give this guy $100 bill. This Chinese guy that's vending. I give him $100 bill. He take my $100 bill, go over there. He come back with a $10 bill. He said, oh, you gave me a $10 bill.
You're like, here we go. Here we go.
Do you know if I'm going to choke you down, sucker? If you don't go get my money, I don't carry $10 bills. I only carry 100. Chris $100 bill. And I got him in this.
The choke right there. The choke.
And here come one of the red guard. Just bring him on down here because I'm going to choke you out right in front of him. You come up with my money. It did come up with my money, though.
I know, that's right.
But see, you're able to talk to them in their language.
Right. Then that changed the whole perspective of how they want to deal with you, because now they know that you know.
Yeah. See, I told him no matter what country we're in, you have to be able to order chicken and rice and whatever, like
in the language.
I don't care where we are.
Right.
So at least I know I'm getting chicken and rice. No matter where we are.
Oh, that's funny.
So he's like
okay,
that.
so speaking of chicken and rice, what is the food? What's been the biggest thing for you guys? Like the food here versus home. I know the nutrition and everything, but like I'm sure you have some favorites back in the US versus like what do you like now? How was it for you to change your eating habits when you got here? What was that like for you?
I think for me, I miss the pizza. Ghana, pardon me, cannot make pizza.
No. I had some moments, yeah. I even thought about Pizza Hut. Like, no, I don't think I want to try it because
they don't know how to make pizza, and that's what I miss.
Right.
Okay, but pizza is not good for you anyway.
Right.
But as soon as I get back to America, first thing I'm ordering is margaritas. Pizza. Okay. So there are things that I love here. You know, I didn't know that in my DNA was rice. I've always loved rice. So when I got here, I'm in paradise.
Right.
Because it's rice, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right.
No matter what you eat,
right.
it's going to be rice. So I love fried rice, any kind of rice. But you eat healthier here because it's fresh. You know, you're going to have to wait half an hour for your dinner because they're cooking it from scratch. You know, if you're eating a chicken at 6 o'clock, they just killed it at 4 o'clock. Right. You know, not 4 months ago and it's frozen.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So everything that you eat here is fresh. And just like we have fruit salad, we just bought the fruit yesterday. And you're eating fresh fruit every morning is what we have for
Not
breakfast.
from the store.
Right, from the vendors on the street.
I got a fruit stand on this corner, fruit stand on this corner. And
We have
so
3 fruit stands within half a block of our
we're going to have a fruit salad every day.
Every day.
Of course.
So you're eating fresh every day.
I eat pineapple with everything I eat.
Okay.
He doesn't understand it. I eat pineapple with my jollof.
It's powerful medicine.
Oh, okay.
Pineapple with everything.
Everything. And so you have to get used to it. To me, it's kind of limited because I'm not into fufu and banku and all that, but we eat fresh fish, the chicken, the rice, and I love the noodles and so forth. So you're getting fresh food every day. And so it's very different from the U.S. Their watermelon, I would die for a Mississippi watermelon. Just if you could just send me one every now and then, because
you got the yellow watermelon?
What, here?
No, back in home.
Oh yes,
Girl,
yes.
please,
Because the watermelon here in Ghana is not watermelon.
Oh.
It's just a nice fresh fruit.
Right.
that's wet.
So where you're from, do they have the watermelon with the seeds?
Oh yeah.
That's all we eat.
Chicago, they get the watermelon from Mississippi, and also
on the truck from the field.
Kankakee, there's a community of about 20 African American farmers. They have organic vegetables and fruit.
Okay.
So they come up to Chicago on the weekends and sell all of their produce.
Nice.
So you get your stuff fresh from Black farmers in Chicago.
Okay. Nice.
So you're used to that. But in Ghana, because you get everything fresh, you're eating healthy. Like I said, I lost 30 pounds. I weighed 200 when I moved here 3 years ago, and now I'm down about 165, which is good for me.
You know, like it just shows you that your body is holding on to stuff that is
right. And so you don't try to lose weight; you just do it naturally because you're not stuck with all the processed things, you know. And they have Kentucky Fried Chicken here, but no McDonald's, because they don't want McDonald's to own the land here in Ghana.
Oh,
that's why they don't have all these fast food places.
About some of those things.
Because they don't want McDonald's to own the land. And so
the McDonald's is one of the largest real estate owners in the world.
Right. And Ghana refuses to sell.
They're the real estate business, not in the hamburger business.
So I'm shocked about the Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's so many of them here.
Right, but they're leasing the property.
Okay, see.
And they must buy the chickens from here. They can't import no chicken.
They have to use
everything got to come from here. They cannot import. They cannot import nothing. The first guy who brought the Kentucky Fried Chicken, he won the lottery in America and had about 10 Kentucky Fried Chickens. Then he came home to retire. And it was just natural to do a Kentucky Fried Chicken. But they didn't have no chains in Ghana. No chains. Okay, and he cracked the deal with the government, whereas the poultry farmers, he would have to go to the poultry farmers and get all his chickens from them, and as much as he could get, he got to buy Ghana, you know. And so he's been doing it, and he's.
I know that's something.
Places like McDonald's, you know, they grow their own potatoes and all that.
Okay.
In the U.S., they're not going to let them import potatoes here.
Right.
So.
Wow.
Because that helps our economy.
Right.
It helps out, just like the Black Americans come here in 2019, $2.4 billion we brought, baby. You don't know who we are. We got to teach y'all who we are.
Right.
We the one built America.
Right.
You like America so well, you better like us because we the one built it.
Right.
The White House that Obama slept in, we built it brick by brick.
Right.
Black people, not white people. I ain't got nothing against white people. I'm for black people.
Right.
I'm tired of white people. Okay?
You're supposed to be talking about the food.
Yeah, but I still.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, they don't want me around. I don't want them around.
It's okay. We know, but we know.
Did you know God's a surrogationist? Did you know that? God, the source, the divine one, is a surrogationist. How shall we know that to be the truth? Birds of a feather flock together. That's a natural law. Each to its own kind. That's a natural law. And if you want to argue with me, let's go to the holy book of the Christians.
Okay.
In the holy book of the Christians, that's what it say. Now, you're a Christian or you're impersonating a Christian.
Okay. I hear you.
Okay. So that's love for everyone. Just because I don't want to stay with you, don't mean I don't like you.
Right.
I mean, I want some greens. Y'all ain't cooking no greens over there.
What are they, hell or something?
Yeah, so y'all ain't cooking no greens over here, okay? And
what is that? What's that pie? We got sweet potato pie, but we got pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
See, that's what my mother got her with.
The sweet potato?
No, peach cobbler.
Don't even say peach cobbler. Oh my God.
Peach cobbler. When was the last time we had that?
Took up in that front room, and then we got her some of that peach cobbler. The girls come back saying, yeah.
But see, when we have the African American Association, when we celebrate holidays back there, we cook our traditional food. So we have our greens,
our black-eyed peas,
peach cobbler, sweet potato pie,
hurry up cake,
stuff that you can't get back there.
But see, that's our culture, and see, we have to be proud of our culture. That don't diminish anybody else's culture, okay? But now we're multicultural, and we are planning to be more multicultural. We're doing the same. Pakwesi. How many languages you speak, Pakwesi?
I speak English, Chi, Ga, and that is it.
So he speaks 3 languages. You won't find the African speak 1 language. You can't find it. Because all the Africa's been colonized, right?
Right.
So they're going to be speaking the language of the colonizer, and they're going to be speaking their tribal language.
Right.
So that's 2 languages.
Right.
In America, we only speak 1 language.
Right.
That's why everybody said we're narrow, because we can only speak 1 language.
Right.
As a Safwahini chief, we have a company, just like a company of soldiers. So if there's a disaster or whatever, then the young men rally to protect their village.
So is that something that's happening with, if I can say, the Cape Coast situation?
Those are Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah. You see, we talk about the soft landing. The soft landing is making sure you don't go out and buy some property that 3 other people have bought. Make sure there are certain procedures that you follow to verify certain information. You're the agent for this realtor, right? But where are your papers? Oh, you forgot and left your papers at home? Holy cow. Okay?
Well, then we'll come back another time.
Yeah, but let me see your ID. Because I want to see if the ID worked with
Match
the paper.
the paperwork, exactly.
So I'm just simply saying, we come home and we are very trusting. Okay, because we're very trusting. And being trusting, then, and not knowing the culture, we're going to pay too much.
Very true.
Because I'm going to pay, if I ask him how much, he said $350, I'm going to pay him $350.
Right, because you don't know.
But the culture said I'm supposed to barter.
Right.
So I should have saved some money.
Right.
If I bartered, maybe I'd save 20% of my money every month.
Right.
That would be a nice saving.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what the other thing in terms of your language.
Right.
You're a third grade reader, okay? My brother here is going to teach you words. You're going to say, hey, honey, this is your word for today. It's a fancy word, okay? And you're going to like it because now when he come in, you may greet him with a new word.
Right.
And so that's culture. Right. And so we have to strengthen. See, he strengthened his American culture being with you. Right. And you strengthened in your African culture being with him. Right. It's a nice blend, you see. So the key thing is, our Safohene chief is a war chief. In the olden days, if the Odinkro, you know the Odinkro? Odinkro is like the mayor of a town. He's the head chief of a village, a town. That's the Odinkro. Okay. The second in charge is the man. He picked me up in Fanti. So Fanti is a different dialect. And I'm learning. I know more Tree than I know Fanti, so I'm learning Fanti hard. You know. So we're not at war. So now what do? We teach them trades. Everybody's not going to college. The village or college, when I bring the plumber instructor there to stay for a year in the village, teaching everybody plumbing, and then working on plumbing. We're at your house, fixing up your plumbing, okay? And then electrician, okay? So the idea is you take this village and build a town. Because we have all of the building constructions here, you know, and we use as much natural resources as we can. You should not be building a cement house in the tropics. Did you know that? That's not intelligent. I'm from Mississippi. We didn't have any air conditioning, but our house was built according to the airflow. Okay. So our house was always cool. I got you. Because we had the front door open, the back door open, and the air just went right on through the house. They call that a shotgun house. Okay. But the point is, so we're teaching them how to be a good son, huh? How to be a good brother, how to be a good cousin, how to be a good uncle, how to be a good husband, how to be a good father. What's your trade? Okay, yes, the sisters, we got sewing machines. Why? Well, if a guy want to sew, I ain't got no problem with it. The point is, can I get y'all back in y'all clothes? Because if I get you back in y'all clothes, you're going to feel good. That's why you see a lot of Ghanaians put on their African clothes on the weekend, because they're feeling good about themselves and their culture.
Because they have to go to work and they have to wear the American clothes.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. You adapt.
Right. But when you're finished, you come back to who you are. Just don't lose yourself.
This is who I am.
Just don't lose yourself.
That's right. And
that's what you're doing. You're just making sure they don't lose who they are.
Right.
And that they can continue on with that tradition and give it to their kids. That's it. Once that keeps going, then it remains the same.
And see, there's a whole paradigm shift. Mother Nature is controlling all of this. So man, he can act like he is running something if he want to. If man is so strong, why don't he stop the wind?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to go back and follow the laws of Mother Nature. That's one of the reasons I like Ghana. I was born in the country. I was born in Mississippi. So Ghana is very country to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at home, reliving my childhood.
And it is too. Like, a lot of people don't realize that. You know, even when they say Accra, the city, it's a city because it's here, but it's still country. It's not American. It's
Right.
country.
And see, the other thing, they have this big thing going on in Cape Coast where they're building Wakanda City of Return for Diaspora community.
God, I didn't hear about
And
that.
Dagoti just gave $1 billion. I said B.
I heard that.
Billion.
I heard that letter.
You heard it?
I heard that letter.
You know who Dagoti is?
No.
The richest black man in the world.
Okay.
You know Dagote? Dagote, Nigeria. The richest black woman in the world is from Nigeria.
Okay.
You go to America, you'll see some of Dagote's advertising in America.
Well,
But you wouldn't know it unless you
knew. You don't know unless you know.
yeah,
Right.
you know.
One of those things.
And so, we have a great opportunity to build Ghana and to build the different countries on the continent of Africa as we build America. We are the super Negroes, baby. Don't you fool yourself. You can't go no place we are not.
Right. Right. Right.
And we're going to excel everywhere we go.
And then no doubt about that. That's why I be telling folks, they ask, why is it so hard for the guys, for Africans to get to America? If they were able to get there, America would be so different. Businesses would be out of business because the way that they build here, the way they make things happen here, they ain't using all those machines and all that kind of stuff that they got there. They're not going to need that. You'll say so. You'll get two people, a black person here, an African person here. They're building their home. The African person's home is going to be built way quicker than this person because they're just doing what they know. They're just doing what they know. Over here, you got the machines, and actually, they might get done finished. Finished first. But this building is going to be more structured, more sturdy, and more stronger, and more durable, and last longer than this building over here because of the tools and the things that they use to build with. They don't want that there. They don't want this there. They don't want this right here there. They know. So that's why they make it hard. Make it extremely hard. They will say, oh, you guys can travel, Americans can travel all around the world, wherever they want to. They can come to Africa anytime they want to. Yeah, because they know. Because here, this continent here, they want us here. Because we're going to help them here.
Right.
But if we help everybody all over the world.
They know they're going to come there and they're going to take over. Plain and simple. It's just really what that is. At least that's what I think. So, do you guys plan, I'm just going to ask, but, you thoughts of going back to move back to the U.S.? I know you visit, but, are you guys here? Because this is where you want to be. This is where you're going to settle at. And, this is home. This is it. You'll go back to visit only, but I'm dying here.
Oh, we're going to be buried here, for sure. In fact, we just buried our dog, Kenya.
Okay, I was going to ask about that because you kept talking in past tense.
So,
she just died.
Yeah, so we both going to be buried here in the continent right next to Kenya.
Oh, that's right. Nice.
But I've been here 2.5 years. It was not my plan to go back. Okay. We're going to be going back in another month to sell the house, the car, and everything in it so that we can be free of
that burden over there.
Right. And so we want to have Ghana be our base. Our plan is to travel to other African countries, to all the other African countries that we haven't been to already. And so we were just discussing yesterday, which is the first country we want to go to is Egypt, because it's on both of our bucket lists. He wants to go to other places. I want to go to other places. But Egypt we can agree on. But the goal is to be free of the burden of the house there and the store that's still open, and employees and
Right.
supervising
Right.
and managing a store 7,000 miles away.
Right. Right.
So we're going to go back and sell everything. And this will be our base and jumping off base.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like being here. We're in a great neighborhood. You got a hospital half a block away.
Right.
You got everything. Grocery store, the Palace is 4 blocks away.
Right.
So you can't beat the neighborhood where you can get
Got 2
everything.
pharmacies.
You can get everything right here.
Right.
And you know, you can get all the help you want in Ghana. You know, you can get a housekeeper, a cook, a driver. What else have we had? We got someone ironing. That's her whole job is to iron.
Everything can be done. Somebody can help you do it.
Right. Somebody to help you do it, and you can afford it. You know, with your Social Security and other pensions and so forth. So it's affordable. That our landlord only raised our rent $30 in 3 years.
Okay.
You know, so that we are able to have this and be able to afford it.
So do you guys plan on building your own, or are you just going to continue?
No, I'm 75, and we won't say how old he is. But we are renting because to buy land is difficult for people, and there is no one to leave it to. Our children are not going to want to come here and inherit land. So if you have no one to leave it to, there's no point in buying for us. You know, so if we bought a house, we would leave it to the housekeeper. You know, because our children are not. Even we've been coming here for 30 years, and not one child has said, "I'm getting on the plane with you." Okay.
Right.
So we brought friends, family, customers, everybody has jumped on the plane with us to come here, but not our children. So there's no point in buying.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
We'll just rent it out till we're time to go.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, my goal is I want to hit all 54 countries. You know, one way or another, because like we talking about going to Rwanda. I don't want to fly 6 straight hours to Rwanda. But maybe I need to fly to Cameroon or something and spend the night, a day or two, and then fly on. Okay. I want to fly over the whole continent, you know.
Got it. All right. Sounds good.
So I can only say this is not for everyone. Okay? If you're not going to have a change in spirit, don't come.
Right.
If you're not going to practice the fine art of patience, don't come. Okay? You can come on over here and have a heart attack and a stroke and an aneurysm trying to change a culture you don't know nothing about instead of trying to go along to get along. Okay? You're not in America, so you don't have to fight like you was fighting.
Like you are.
Yeah. And see, you have to make the adjustments you were talking about, you know, buying land and all that. You know, we depend on the justice system in America, you know, to back you up. You don't have that here. So if somebody does you wrong, you could be in court 7-10 years before it ever gets settled. So we depend on certain structures in America that you don't have here in Ghana to back you up.
One instance for myself with that is I have a land, it was a pineapple farm on there, and so when I bought it, I paid the chiefs and everything, and then we gave them time to get the pineapples. When it harvest, we told them, get the pineapples because the land has been blessed. Well, they didn't do that. So then the next year came, and we were getting ready to go, like, grade it out and clean it up, burn the grass and stuff out of there, but there were pineapples there, and they're like, the guy whose pineapples belonged to, he said, well, I didn't get no money. I said, well, I don't know about that, you know, but you guys were told you can't be on here anymore. Right now, you're actually trespassing. Well, you should give them just something small. The chief's this, the chief's that. And I said, well, but you're trespassing on my property. So, you know, you don't have the right to be here. I gave you time. They're like, well, just give them something. I'm like, well, Dan, what carries more? Is it the law that carries more, or does the Chiefs law carry more? It is the Chiefs law carries more in certain situations. So I totally get it and understand it. I'm a victim of that myself. So.
And you know, I would like to give some advice.
Please, Joe.
Don't trust me. Don't trust me.
Right.
You know why? I don't trust me. You know why? Because I'm not perfect.
Right.
I'm going to make some mistakes.
Right.
When you make a mistake, there's a cause and effect.
Right. Right.
What goes around, come back around.
Right.
You got to be careful. Only person who can hurt you is someone you trust. In God, I trust. Are you God? We were negotiating a deal, and the guy said, you don't trust me. I said, no, I don't trust you. I don't even know you.
Right.
I don't know your mama. I don't know your address.
Right.
I ain't got no basis to trust you.
Right.
Something wrong with me if I trust you. Think about it.
Right.
Something is seriously, mentally wrong with me for trusting you. Why I got to trust you?
Right.
If it's business, they got contracts.
Right.
Our biggest problem, we're very trustworthy people. And if you don't see in a fixed price country like America,
Right.
and then a bartering country like Ghana, you say I rip you off. I said, man, but you just not a good negotiator.
Right.
You should have, I'm trying to get the best price.
Right.
You should be trying to get the, okay?
Right.
And I give you a price, you don't even come back with a counter offer. You just give it to me.
Accept it.
And then you think that I took advantage of you.
Right.
You don't know the culture, lady.
Right.
You're supposed to battle with me, and we develop our relationship. We're making friends. We get to know each other.
Right.
It's not an angry exchange. It's a loving exchange. We're developing. Obviously, I like your spirit, else I would be sitting there talking to you, trying to buy something from you.
Right.
Okay? And so now the next time we do business, you see me coming, you know me.
Right.
Okay, we did business before. We're going to do some more business because I like what you got, you like what I got.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so we have to learn that we're not in, like my wife said, Tesu mami pa. Reduce it for me, please. Okay? And then they crack up.
They always laugh. They always laugh when I speak tree. So I don't know why, but anyway.
Because we're Americans,
you know.
Especially if you do it well.
Well, I try to, but they do reduce it for me because I spoke tree. You know.
They respect that.
Yes.
They respect that.